Mm. Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. And thank you guys for watching this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you never know what might happen late in the evening, late at night, middle of the night, first thing in the morning, right, Terrence Williams, with the Dallas Cowboys. So you want to make sure you're up to date. But thank God, at least, I know we're talking about practice. Not a game now. We're talking about practice. At least we have something else to talk about other than what guy they're going to bring in, Dez Bryant, Jerry Jones, all this stuff. We actually have the players on the field. And so far, we've had another workout yesterday, and thank God nobody got hurt. But before I get to that, I just want to say one last thing. I have a group of Cowboy guys, all my guys that we went to the draft together with. And we have like a whole giant text thing back and forth and stuff. And we were talking about the Anthem situation. I, for one, think the NFL just did the dumbest thing in the world. They literally took a bite of a big shit sandwich. Because the reality is, every time that this whole thing is dying down and about to be forgotten, it gets brought back to the forefront. And that's where we were with this. Yeah, there were going to be a few people that would do something, say something, but it was tailing out. But what the NFL has done now is they have thrown it back into the news. Donald Trump is going to have an interview that'll be airing later today where he basically is taking it up another notch. He applauds the NFL for making the rulings, but thinks they should go further, that any NFL player that kneels should be deported. It's sad where we have come into the country where we cannot have a conversation. I did a video last night, and it was one of those ones where trying to get the right tone and the message across, because people at the drop of the hat are ready to cuss you out if they don't agree with you. And that's not the way America's always been. We should be able to discuss a problem, a disagreement, and try and come up with solutions, as opposed to saying, F you, you're wrong, get out. And that's where I'm going to leave that. I'm hoping that cooler heads can prevail and we can work for some real solutions to problems. And we do have problems. Now back to our Dallas Cowboys. Zach Martin. I don't think there's any way in the world that the Dallas Cowboys won't eventually get the deal done. I think Zach Martin basically is kind of like giving the Cowboys a nudge. Hey, I know you've been busy, but we need to get this thing taken care of. I've been a solid citizen. I have played above and beyond my contract, and it's time for you to take care of me. The best guard in football, if not the best, in the prime. That's one of those places that, yeah, it's okay to spend the money on, at least in my mind. Take a look at the starting lineup for yesterday. Chaz Green in place of Zach Martin. Do you really want to go to Chaz Green? I know it was just one bad game, but do you really want to go to Chaz Green? In other news, Chris Richard is definitely putting a stamp on this defense. We had Awuzie at one corner and Byron Jones at the other corner yesterday. Can't wait to hear how well that ended up working. But he is definitely trying all different kinds of combinations, putting guys in positions to succeed. And I think that our defense is going to be a lot better than what the talking heads talk about. They don't take into account that the Dallas Cowboys defense, which cleared out all of its defensive backfield and had rookies that couldn't get on the field until middle of the season, that defense was 8th in yards given up and 12th in points given up. I know it's hard to believe, but just from the sheer fact of those cornerbacks being in the system for a year longer, not being rookies, and hopefully being healthy to start the season, is going to make them that much better. Add to it a more aggressive style and a different point of view with Chris Richard. And I think that we'll finally get past our defense being the redheaded stepchild, the guys you have to protect, to being the defense that you want out on the field to win you games. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's next with the Cowboys. Rico Gathers. Finally, we have news of Rico Gathers on the field. He says he was actually ready to go after week 7, but the Cowboys kept him shut down. He was past the concussion problems. But hey, it's all good. Hopefully, got some extra rest in, got some extra work in and stuff, and hopefully he's ready to take over the reins. They had him out on special teams, of course, at tight end, and they're working him in there. Now, the word is, and part of the reason why we haven't heard much from Rico is somebody has gotten to him, because a couple of months back, he was all over Instagram with his rap and everything else and his dance moves and things. But I've said to Michael, Michael, Rico, have you seen anything, Rico? Rico has gotten...
No, look at Instagram and delete all that stuff, too.
He deleted all of it? Okay.
All of it but his son doing his rap.
Okay, so all of those videos and raps and stuff and all that, he's deleted now. Okay, so Rico Gathers is now focusing in on football. That's Michael. You just made my day, man.
It's nothing but football, and then there's one clip with his son rapping his last song.
You heard it from Michael Anthony Fitness there. All of his rap stuff is deleted. So maybe, like I said, that now that Jason Witten has retired, and the reality of that has set in, that now I might be the guy. He's buckling down. He's hitting the books, and he is focusing in on being the best football player he can be. He did happen to say about 2 months ago that he is going to be a great tight end. Maybe he will be. We need that because I've been doing this series where we've been looking at quarterbacks around the NFL and stuff. And yesterday we were talking about Eli Manning and stuff versus Dak Prescott. And there's so many people out there that want to discount Dak Prescott and say he's just a bum, he sucks, and everything else. But when you look at the numbers, okay, quarterbacks have good years and they have bad years. It's what do they do per average? And when you start looking at guys like Matt Ryan, because people keep, it's funny because I'll make an argument and people will try and tweak it and say that I'm wrong. Let me go back on one quick thing on that. Because I said if you take out 2016, Matt Ryan statistics, career averages are 24 TDs, 13 interceptions, 7.3 yards per completion for 90% QBR and 4,000 yards. Okay? That's what his career average is if you take out 2016. They're like, oh, you can't do that because it's right. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Even with that great year that he had 38 touchdowns and only 7% interceptions, his career average is 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, a 93 rating, 4,100 yards. It's not elite. Eli Manning has never had a single year where his QBR has been 100. So as you go through and all these people that say that Dak stinks, take a look at those guys' first couple of years. Dak Prescott's first 2 years are far and away better then believe it or not, Drew Brees. Better than Matt Ryan, better than Eli Manning. And I'm just beginning to go through the quarterbacks that are out there. So give the guy a chance. That's all I'm saying. If he ends up going out there and pulling a Quincy Carter this year, by all means, he needs to be replaced. But all I'm saying is give the man a chance. The guy has won 22 games in his first 2 years. But I'm going to have a video later on because a lot of people say our wide receiver core stinks and could be the worst in the NFL. And I'm going to analyze if having 4,500 or 5,000 yard passing season gets you the ring. And do you have to have an elite wide receiver core? I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys that come in here and listen to me talking on a regular basis. I hope you guys have a great day and be safe because it's going to start getting crazy because it's Memorial Weekend and the getaway starts today. I'll see you guys soon.